All right, so you've heard me say before that weight loss is pretty simple. And you've probably heard other people say this as well, is calories in versus calories out, which if you've never heard of this before, simply means that if you eat more than you burn, calories in are higher than the amount that's being burned, you're going to gain weight. Vice versa, if you burn more than you eat, calories going out are higher than what's coming in, you're going to lose weight. And generally speaking, in 99.9% of the times, this is true. But I'm going to take you through an instance where it's not necessarily true. So one of my clients, and I'm recording this video the day after Easter, and one of my clients had one of these instances happen, and I want to show you exactly what it looks like, because you may have this happen, or you may have had this happen to you before, and you may be wondering, like, how is it possible? So let's keep that in mind. Calories in, calories out normally works, but it doesn't always work. And I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to take you onto my computer so we can kind of look at exactly what I mean. So this is my client's account. And this is, again, here's Easter. So this was yesterday. Now, ultimately, if we look comparatively, if I had looked at all of her days of eating, her days were pretty much the same in terms of calories. So she didn't overdo calories. However, there was a change. Again, we would assume with all this physical activity, walking, HIIT, CrossFit, walking, this client does a lot of physical activity. We would assume that she's either losing weight with all this physical activity, or at least her weight is staying the same. However, and it looks like, why does it look like my camera is moving? I think my camera is actually moving, but I don't, maybe that's my eyes. I don't know. Is the camera moving? Yeah, so this video is probably going to be, I got to watch these videos back. Anyway, this is real. These unedited videos are real. That's just the way it is. So anyway, if we look at her weight, okay, the week of the Monday of, I was going to say Thanksgiving, the Monday of Easter, okay, she was 129.6 at 25.9% body fat. Now, if we look at her weight today, which it is 129.6. So her weight was exactly the same last week as it was last Monday as it was today, which is Monday, the 21st, day after. Again, I was going to say Thanksgiving, day after Easter. But if you notice here, if we look back at the 14th, her body fat was 25.9%. Her body fat today is 27.6%. Now this client, so her body fat went up, but her weight didn't. Now this client admittedly says that Easter is her favorite holiday. She loves the candy, she loves the chocolate. And if we look, she started off the week pretty good. So if we go here, now we're just going to look at carbs and calories. She had 1,244 calories. She had 21 grams right here, 21 grams of carbs on that day, on Monday. Then if we look on Tuesday, she had 65 grams of carbs. If we look on Wednesday, this is where it kind of started going crazy. On Wednesday, she had 79 grams of protein, 202 grams of carbs. Now, again, she only weighs 129 pounds. What was it again she weighed today? 129.6, okay? So she had 202 grams of carbs on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, let's see how many we had on Thursday. 1,800 calories. She had 227 grams of carbs. See where it says under macro distribution, it says carbs eaten, 227 grams of carbs. Then on Friday, she had, let's see, she had 274 grams of carbs. And then on Saturday, she had a down day, 130 grams of carbs. And then if we look on Sunday, Easter Sunday, she had 218 grams of carbs. Now, the only day she really went over her calories out of all of these days, because she's so active, she works out more than the average person. So because she works out more than the average person, she could afford to have her calories so much higher, even at such a low, I don't want to say a low body weight, but lower body weight, and still not put on any weight because her exercise is supporting the additional calories. So that's why she could essentially eat 2,000 calories and not gain any weight. But how is it that she didn't gain any weight, but her body fat went from 25.9% to 27.6% in the span of 7 days? The reason is, again, and this is why I say macro, what your calories are made up of is important. Because let's just say, for instance, 200 grams of protein is the same calorie-wise as 200 grams of carbs. The difference is what those calories are going to do within your body. 200 grams of protein is going to go towards building muscle, repairing broken down muscle, and a bunch of other things. Whereas 200 grams of sugar and carbs is just sugar and carbs. And if you're sitting around, you're not exercising, you're not doing all of these extra things, your body has no need for all of that sugar and carbs. So what happens? Your body stores it all. And when your body has stored up as much glucose and glycogen that it can possibly store, what is next? Your body's going to store the excess as fat. And this is what has happened in my client's instance, where she didn't eat too much, so her weight didn't go up. But she ate too much carbs, and her body did not need those carbs. That's why her body fat went up. So most people would see this as a good thing. They didn't gain any weight. The problem is you did gain weight. You gained fat, which is a bad thing. But we're going to easily correct it. So we're not worried about it because we've got a plan to make it better. But this is just one of those things where I say normally calories in, calories out makes sense. And from a weight loss standpoint, it makes perfect sense. Because for the most part, she was relatively active throughout the course of the week. Now, yes, she did miss Tuesday and Wednesday, which if you looked at weeks before, she had worked out on those days. So she didn't do as much exercise last week, but she's built up a lot of momentum where she doesn't have to do as much exercise to maintain her weight. She needs to do a lot more and be much tighter with her diet to lose weight. So I just wanted to point this out because this may be something that you've experienced before where your weight doesn't go up, but your body fat goes up. If you're checking body fat and you're wondering, why is my body fat going up when I didn't gain any weight? This could be the reason why your body fat's going up. So let me know if you have any questions on this topic or any other topics. And if you need help on your fitness journey, click the first link below in the description, fill out the form, and the two of us will figure out together what we need to do to get you from where you're at to where you want to be.